Picture this: the fluorescent lights in the conference room are searing your eyes. The project you pulled 3 all-nighters to finish. Your desk mate just slaps his name on it and presents it as his own. Your boss nods approvingly, and you open your mouth to speak, only to force a stiff smile. After the meeting, he claps your shoulder. "You're the best, never fight me for credit," he says. You watch him walk away, your clenched fist slowly relaxing, just like it has 100 times before. You tell yourself this is kindness, teamwork, the wisdom of adulting. But when you get back to your cubicle and stare at the unsaved draft on your screen, your stomach twists into knots. Why does your kindness leave you lying awake at 2 a.m.? Why does the more you give in, the more people take advantage? Why do all those lessons about being nice trap you in a cycle of draining yourself? You think this is the price of goodness, the burden of being a good person? Jordan Peterson would cut through that illusion cold. When you lack the capacity to harm others, your kindness is just powerlessness in disguise. A century earlier, Nietzsche tore off the mask even more brutally. Those who boast, "I never hurt anyone," are just slaves too weak to defend themselves. This isn't a rejection of kindness, it's a question for you. Is your so-called kindness a medal for your soul, or a cover for your weakness? You're scared to dig into that question, just like you're scared to say no to a favor. But today, we're cutting this boil open, because real kindness was never a sidekick to weakness. And you've been trapped in your own self-righteous martyrdom long enough. It's time to wake up. When Carl Jung dissected the human psyche, he gave us a thunderous concept: the shadow archetype. It's the part of your subconscious you've buried: anger, aggression, ambition, every trait that doesn't fit the nice person mold. You locked it away yourself, thinking you were improving. But what you're really doing is cutting off your own life force at the knees. As a kid, you got yelled at for snatching a toy: be polite. You got labeled selfish for refusing to share your favorite game. Society's conditioning is like a pair of soft scissors, clipping away your edges one by one. Slowly, you learn to mask anger with "it's fine," smother resistance with "I'll handle it," and bury your true self under whatever works. These repressed emotions don't disappear, they just rebrand themselves as your kindness. Nietzsche called this slave morality. To him, the weak package their incompetence as virtue, too powerless to fight back. Call it forgiveness. Too afraid to stand up. Call it humility. Too spineless to protect your boundaries. Call it sacrifice. The core of this fake kindness is running from the will to strength, a term better than will to power for capturing Nietzsche's true meaning. It's not about dominating others, it's the primal drive to be fully human, the same urge that makes you eat when hungry, drink when thirsty, and push back when violated. Notice how the kindness that haunts you always tastes like martyrdom. A coworker asks you to cover their shift, even though you have a date, you say yes, then apologize to your partner. A family member borrows money you can't spare, you hand it over, then stare at your empty bank account. A friend gossips about your secret, your heart breaks, but you forgive them and cry alone that night. Jung warned us, unintegrated shadows always strike back. The anger you bottle up either turns inward, into anxiety, depression, self-loathing, or outward, making you see enemies everywhere. You think you're doing good, but you're just playing a role, the perfect nice person. The real you, the one with edges, the one who gets mad, the one who demands respect, has been suffocating under that performance. This fake kindness is rewriting your life without you noticing. It's a slow poison. First, it gives you the cheap title of the nice one, then it drains you dry. Psychologists call the end result learned helplessness. When you give up fighting so many times, you start believing you truly can't change anything. At work, you're the perpetual yes person, stuck with the grunt work, passed over for promotions. Because your weakness sends a clear message: there's no cost to taking advantage of you. Peterson puts it bluntly in 12 rules for life: if you act weak, the world will treat you like prey. The office isn't a morality contest, it's a value exchange. Your constant "I'll help" only makes people undervalue what you're worth. In relationships, you're always the one giving in. Your partner ignores your needs. It's okay. Your friend dismisses your feelings. I don't mind. Your family crosses your lines. I should. You think compromise buys peace, but relationships without boundaries only breed contempt. You're becoming what Nietzsche called the last man: no desires, no edges, no pain, no joy. Just existing to die comfortably. On a societal level, this widespread weakness becomes the banality of evil. A coworker cheats the system. You stay quiet, don't rock the boat. Someone gets treated unfairly in public. You look away, not my problem. Unfair rules screw you over. You comply, too much hassle. This collective cowardice lets injustice fester. Bullies and exploiters thrive because good people refuse to stand up. Your brain is wiring itself for weakness. Every time you give in, your brain dumps a little dopamine, rewarding your safe choice. Every time you want to fight back, your amygdala flips the fear switch: what if they hate me? Soon, it's automatic, you compromise even when it tears you apart. Worse, you're passing this weakness to your kids. When your child gets bullied, you catch yourself saying, "Ignore it," or "Just let it go," the same words your parents told you. You're putting your own chains around their wrists, passing down this cycle of fake kindness. This isn't love, it's copying your own failure. Do you really want your kid to spend their life sacrificing themselves too? Breaking free starts with a brutal truth: kindness needs strength. Tenderness needs backbone. Peterson's most radical idea says it all: you must be dangerous before you can be truly good. Dangerous here isn't aggression, it's the ability to defend yourself. It's having the power to push back, and choosing not to. Having the capacity to hurt, and choosing compassion. Nietzsche's Zarathustra is the perfect example of this dangerous good person. He had the power to burn down the old world, but chose to wake people up with wisdom. He could have scorned the masses, but knelt to listen to their suffering. This kindness is nothing like your weakness, it's not passive surrender, it's active choice. It's not self-sacrifice, it's the natural glow of someone who's fully alive. Let's talk about actionable goodness: no saints, just people with backbone. Mother Teresa, for all the debates around her, embodied this grit. When she stepped into Calcutta's slums, she didn't just pray, she showed up with unshakable drive to fix what was broken. She badgered government officials for better conditions for the poor, refused the lavish Nobel Peace Prize dinner to fund meals for the hungry, and cleaned gangrenous wounds with her own hands. Most importantly, she didn't tolerate empty piety, she chewed out hypocrites who talked about charity but never lifted a finger. This wasn't holiness, it was strength with purpose. For a model of masculine strength paired with kindness, look to Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic emperor who wrote his meditations not in a palace, but on the blood-soaked battlefields of Germania. Leading legions against barbarian invasions, he faced frost, famine, and endless carnage. Yet in his journal, he wrote of benevolence and inner purity, words not of weakness, but of discipline. He pardoned rebellious generals not out of fear, but because he believed mercy strengthened his empire more than cruelty. When his son Commodus showed tyrannical tendencies, he didn't turn a blind eye, he fought to guide him, even bringing him to the front lines to teach duty. His kindness wasn't soft, it was the resolve of a leader who knew strength meant lifting others, not crushing them. He left us with a command that cuts through all the noise: waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. This holds the key to breaking free. Real kindness starts with protecting the small boundaries around you, not chasing some vague, great morality. You don't need to change the world tomorrow. Start with one no to an unfair request. Start with speaking up when someone crosses a line. You don't need to be a hero, just be honest. The first step to fixing this is making peace with your shadow. Jung's method is simple: find a quiet room, close your eyes, and imagine that angry you've buried. Ask that part, what do you need? Why am I scared to give it to you? When you listen to your shadow, that locked away life force starts flowing again. Start small with your pushback, when a coworker asks you to cover their shift. I have plans. When a relative borrows money you can't spare. I'm tight on cash too. When a friend dismisses you. That comment hurt. Peterson suggests gradual boundary building. Like building muscle, your resistance strength needs to grow step by step. Start with strangers, say no to the telemarketer pushing a bad deal. Then move to acquaintances, tell the friend who cancels last minute you're tired of it. Finally, face the hard ones, set limits with family who guilt trip you. Every successful no rebuilds your confidence. Every time you stand up, your brain rewires itself, this isn't scary. I can defend myself and still be loved. Nietzsche's will to strength isn't about conquering others, it's about becoming the best version of yourself. When you protect your boundaries, fight for what you're worth, and let yourself get angry when it's right, you'll feel your life force coming back. You're no longer the nice person slowly dying inside. You're alive, sharp, warm, and real. This is the first step to what Nietzsche called the Übermensch, the overman, who creates their own values instead of following others' rules. By now, you're probably thinking, is this just teaching me to be selfish? That's the core mistake, confusing boundaries with selfishness, defending yourself with hurting others. Nietzsche and Peterson want you to see the ultimate truth: real kindness isn't subtraction, giving up yourself. It's addition, growing yourself. It's not a mask for weakness. It's the most powerful form of the will to strength. Nietzsche wrote, in Beyond Good and Evil, a strong life is necessarily kind, for it has no need to harm others to prove its power. The truly strong choose kindness because they're full, they don't need to take from others to feel whole. They don't need to push people down to feel tall. Think of a ripe wheat stalk, it bends not because it's weak, but because it's heavy with grain. Peterson shares clinical stories of this transformation. A young man who got bullied for years started taking boxing. Suddenly, he became calmer, kinder. Why? Because he knew he could defend himself, he didn't need to lash out in fear anymore. When you're strong on the inside, kindness stops being a forced choice. It becomes freedom. You'll help people because you want to, not because you're scared to say no. You'll forgive because you're secure, not because you're weak. You'll care about others without losing yourself. This kindness has sharp boundaries. It's a double-edged sword, mercy on one side, steel on the other. Tenderness paired with resolve. Mother Teresa cleaned dying strangers, and yelled at people who wasted charity money. Marcus Aurelius wrote of compassion in his tent, then led his army into battle to protect his people. Nelson Mandela forgave the men who imprisoned him for 27 years, and yet refused to let apartheid's legacy fester. He forced South Africa to confront its sins through truth and reconciliation, not revenge. Even Confucius, who taught benevolence, insisted you must repay injustice with justice. This is whole kindness. Strong kindness. The kind worth having. Go back to that conference room. What would you do now if someone stole your work? You wouldn't force a smile, and you wouldn't scream. You'd say calmly, I developed the core ideas for this project. I'd appreciate it if you credit me next time. No aggression, just clarity. No weakness, just respect. That's the will to strength in action. Defend yourself with the least force, treat others with the most grace. Here's what you need to know. The world doesn't need more nice people who fade away. It needs more strong people who stand up and care. When you make peace with your shadow, when you protect your boundaries, when you let strength fuel your kindness, you're not just saving yourself. You're changing the game. Every awake person is a spark that burns through unfair rules. Every strong act of kindness is a light in the dark. Close your eyes right now. Imagine that strong version of you, the one who says no, the one who fights for what's theirs, the one who gets angry when it matters, and still chooses kindness. This person isn't a fantasy. They're you. Nietzsche called this the untamed life. Peterson calls this the responsible hero. This is who you're supposed to be. Tomorrow morning, do one dangerously honest thing. Say no to a request that drains you. Speak up when someone crosses a line. Defend your worth. The second you say that no, you'll feel it, a weight lifting, a freedom you forgot existed. That's your soul breaking free. That's your life force coming back. Remember this, your kindness shouldn't be an excuse for weakness. It should be a badge of strength. When you're kind with edges, when you're tender with backbone, that's when the world will truly respect your goodness. This is the deepest truth of life. This is how you live with purpose. This is how you become the person you were always meant to be.